but we'll do it. But we think it's worthy, so that's not just an exercise, so that people will be, that they will know what the true cost of these things are, so an intelligent decision at the end of the day can be made. You had a comment? Oh, yeah, excuse me, you had a question?
Yeah, I guess the other thing that's out there is I think everyone recognizes that the SDA ran out of money the last time, and most likely they're going to run out of money this time as well. And I think what you're getting at is this is a race. You know, we're running and we need to get to the front of the pack. And right now, this project and Roebling are sitting around 36th, 38th in line in a pack of 50. And, you know, will it run out at 39 or will it run out at 45? Who knows? Maybe they won't run out of money. That'd be great. Maybe they'll have extra and we can build some more schools. But I think that the strategy for what we need, more than preservation, more than any of the other issues, is we just need schools. We need new facilities. We need up-to-date facilities. So I think the strategy has to be, all right, well, how do we get ourselves to the front of the pack as much as we can? Because surely other districts will fall behind. They will get mired into things. And I think what a lot of people are thinking is if we've already developed plans to a certain degree on these other schools, we know it's going to take about 2 years to develop new plans. There's a fear, I think, that we are holding ourselves back by throwing all the work that's been done out there. And I think even just from a ethical standpoint, we've spent probably close to $30 million on plans and pre-design for both Roebling and the high school. So shouldn't we, I just feel like it's a tremendous waste to throw all that out the window. And I don't see how there's not a way to value engineer either the existing plans that are developed, that we have in hand, that we have the approvals for, try to get ourselves to the front of that line and do everything that we can to make sure that that shovel goes into the ground, the steel goes up, and we've got our schools. Because once steel goes up, they're going to continue to build it. They'll invest in that even if they run out of money again. So again, I would just really recommend that whatever the district looks at, you try to push yourselves to the front of that pack. And I'm a little concerned about seeing that we're starting over from scratch on 2 of the biggest projects, because I'm an architect. I know how long it's going to take you to develop drawings for this. You're looking at a lot of time. You're looking at a lot of approvals process. You think this is bad. Wait until you get in front of planning boards and you start getting those. You have to go to DOE a couple of times. You go to DCA and you said...
We've done this 7 times.
Remember, we've been doing this for 10 years, so it's not like we're starting from scratch. And we also had a relationship with the SCC before then. A lot of the people who were there then are still there.
Sure.
So there may be some new places, new faces in the crowd, but we're still leading the decision-making. I don't feel at all that this process is part of that decision-making process. And so that's why I have a lot of confidence that at the end of the day, we're going to know completely why we did what we did, because we're doing things that are going to have the effect of affecting the lives of kids for the next 50 years. So what we do here is very important, very vital. So I take no one's comment from the president of the board.
Thank you, Alex. I would like to say that's the first time I heard anybody say kids. And in our education process, when you think about what schools need to look like and what some of the 21st century schools are looking like these days, my question is, why don't we want the best for our kids? And so when we look at Trenton High School, and I was a student at Trenton High School many, many years ago, and you look at what's going on with kids now, kids have a tendency in this age group to roam. There's no way we can manage security and those kinds of things with the high school that we have now. And that's why, in terms of the design of the high school, in terms of education process, the light that comes in there when kids are learning, they have to be places where kids want to go to school. If you want to look at a school where kids will want to go to school, go out to Robbinsville, look at their new high school, and see how it's constructed. It's constructed like a mall is the inspiration. And the students have places and spaces, the labs are computerized. And so when I see something like that, I'm like, so why do we want to put our kids in a moldy old building and leave the mold in there? You know, why don't we want new places? These are 21st century kids. We're going to expect the best of them. We've got the heat on our administrators for that. And so as I have traveled around and had opportunities to see the new schools, we're not on it at all. in terms of the way that we're planning for education in this city. And the pressure is on us, and it's the entire package. It's not just bricks, mortar, who was here in the Roebling times, who was here when, in 1923 when Trenton High was built. It's these kids now that have to learn. They're going to be our doctors, our lawyers, and we're not talking about them at all when it comes to how they learn and how we care about them. We're not showing that we're caring about them in the way that these conversations have gone that I have witnessed. So when we think about all the different factions that must come together, we must bring our thinking together so that we won't lose the money, because the state is saying to us, we're not putting money in old buildings. So come up with something different. Start thinking about this differently. And then you go out and you see what's out there and you see why they're saying that to us. So we've got to bring Trenton along. We've got to make these students ready for what they're going to face in the world long after I'm not around here anymore. And so we have to figure out how we get the best education process and the spaces for that to happen so that Trenton is moving forward like the rest of the cities. They're saying, we're putting you out front. We're not leaving you behind. We're giving you a big shot here at getting these schools, and they have really been in touch with us this time to say, you know, we're not going to put you to the back of the line. We're going to make sure you can go forward with what's being planned, but this is what you must do now. So that we can be decisive, let's try to bring children to the center and figure out what needs to happen so that we have great space in this city for them to learn, not mold, not, you know, capped over muck and stuff that's in Trenton High now. We've got to figure this out, and we've got to make sure our kids have the best. And this is what is important as we go forward.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tawanda Terry Wilson, and I have children inside the school district. And when we say that this is not about the children, that is a misconception. I have a child that's at the Trenton Central High School, Maine, and she's breathing in the asbestos. She's attending the classes there, and she's going without complaining. This meeting here is about the building and what decisions we're going to make. So that's why you don't hear me saying so much about my child. I'm going to send my child to school with all the tools that she needs to get a good education. Do I think that she'll get a better education if it's a smaller school versus a larger school? No, because to me it's in the teachers that are there, it's in her desire to get an education, and it's in the books and the will of the people that are there to teach. My concern is I have seen these discussions go around and around, and even though I'm new to them, I don't see anything, I don't see how we've gone forward. You can sit here and say that we're going to get a new high school or a smaller high school or renovate, but nothing has been done. We don't see any facts or any figures. So my concern here is about the children, but the primary concern is we need to make a decision that's going to be cost efficient first, that's actually going to get off the drawing board and be put into place so that they can continue to learn. And we're talking about 4 years or 5 years of restarting. What's going to happen to those the freshmen that are coming in now and sitting there for the next 4 years? So this is indeed about the children, but you have to look at you have to encompass all the, you have to